Hey, what's up everyone? Gaming Mom 82 here, and on today's video we are going to be going over Rainbow Six Siege's new defender, Aruni. Yes, with Neon Dawn and everything that was just announced with Rainbow Six Siege, we have a lot to be excited about. So let's get started of the good, the bad, and the potentially kind of toxic, maybe ugly, with Aruni. So let's start with getting the basics out of the way. Aruni is a 2-armored, 2-speed defender. Her gadget is called the Surya Gate, which is just a laser-generated device that can be set on walls or entry points that deactivates after being damaged by a gadget or an opponent. But it is reactable. We are going to get into details of that, but in a little bit. Let's go over the rest of it. One thing I find really interesting about Aruni is her passive ability. You see, Rainbow Six Siege has this character with a prosthetic arm and leg. Little side info, she actually got badly hurt doing a mission with Thermite. But anyways, back on track. I find this quite interesting because my husband actually has a prosthetic leg, so it was really cool to see that brought in and the dynamic of a character. And I really enjoy how Rainbow Six Siege does that with their characters and the storylines. But anyways, with this ability, she can actually, might as well have a shotgun on her. Secondary shotgun. She can do rotation holes, and unlike Oryx, she doesn't get hurt when doing so, which is really neat. But I can say, based off my hubby, I've seen him do some pretty crazy things with his leg. So I find this a very believable option for a character, and it is nice to have these one-shot deals with her. So you can take out hatches, you can take out walls and windows, and one-shot deals. Which will, let's jump over to the guns, because I have a feeling she's going to be a spawn peeking queen. Her guns, she has the option of the P10 Roni, which Mozzie has, which is fully automatic, and it's all good. But I think the toxic part is going to be with the MK14. First time that we're going to have a marksman rifle on defense. So let's think about that. She can hit a window, one shot, jump out with the marksman rifle. I don't know why, but I definitely see this being a thing and her being a favorite for some type of players. But we'll leave it at that. Granted, she does only get the 1.5 scope, but I still think people are going to make good use of it. Her secondary gun is the PRB-92. It's just a standard 9mm, nothing too fancy. And then we get down to her options. So she has, what they're saying right now is that she has barbed wire and she has a bulletproof camera. But yet when you watch the scenes from the Rainbow exclusive, she actually has a proximity alarm. But in the test servers, they seem to have the bulletproof camera. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And overall, I think by looks of it, she's a well-rounded character. Now back to her gadget, the Surya Gate. So if you go through this, and basically, I mean, you could tell from the footage, you throw up a little thing just similar to an LMI, you know, but you can only put it on walls, windows, or hatches. From my understanding, it can't not go on the ceiling or the floor, which makes sense. And Aruni can place these and pick them up similar to like Anella. She can throw them, she can pick it back up. Well, Aruni can do the same with these. So if a wall gets blown up by thermite, she can turn around and grab one and throw it over the hole where thermite just blew. So hey, that's pretty cool and convenient. If you go through this as an attacker, you will take 40 damage. However, any gadget will take it out, whether it's a drone, whether, you know, flashbangs, it doesn't matter. If you put something through the Surya Gate, it will deactivate for 30 seconds. But it won't activate. You actually have to shoot it to activate it again. But this is where things kind of get interesting, and I kind of like what Rainbow did here, because it's always been stressed for a while now that the meta is leaning towards defenders. It's just so many gadgets. But this reminds me kind of like a Goyo shield. So you can, as I've done it myself, I've been an attacker, you're doing to the bomb, and then you shoot the Goyo. You have the option as attacker, and then you actually block the entrance. So I like that they have done this with her gadget. It can be reactivated by enemy shooting at it. Funny thing is that it can't be reactivated by a Twitch drone, but it can be reactivated by a Maestro. I don't know, find that interesting. Along with the fact that you cannot destroy this gadget. Nothing And I quote, please know this, nothing will destroy it. not a grenade, not a Sophia, not an Ash, nothing. So don't waste your utility there. The other factor that plays into the attacker's hands is the fact that defenders can walk through this without being hurt. And as they get close, it deactivates to allow defenders to go through it. So I've seen in a lot of gameplay and watching everything that you have to be really careful, because if you're sitting and you're trying to figure out which doorway, if there's two, well, if it deactivates you know there's a defender there. So, I do like how they kind of made it useful for both sides. The other factor to note as an attacker is that it doesn't, so when you shoot something through it, it doesn't go deactivate right away. So if you run through as soon as you throw a gadget, yeah, you're probably still gonna get that whammy of 40 hit damage. The other thing is, if you go through too slowly, you get double hit. So if you go to run through it without having a gadget and it hits you with that 40 hit, if you don't go through it quickly, it actually will hit you again. So that can be pretty nasty if you're someone like me. Anyways, I'm usually a slow and steady kind of pace. I'm not a rusher, but it's still something to note. Along with, if you're a Legion, yeah, it doesn't matter what the gadget is. So Ella, Legion, you know what? If you don't take proper aim on where, if you want to throw your gadget down in front of that, it will actually deactivate it and ruin your gadget as well. So just be cautious of that. So the only other thing I think about noting is when a gadget goes through it or it gets deactivated, it's going to spark and you have to wait, and it's set right now at 30 seconds. It will be interesting to see when it goes live what it's going to be, but right now it's 30 seconds. So the gadget is going to spark, and when it is done sparking, that is when you're going to get the visual cue to be able to shoot it again to reactivate it. But just know, as long as that gadget is doing its little spark out thing, you shoot all you want, nothing's going to happen. You have to wait until that process is done. And on that note, I think that covers everything we know so far about Aruni. I know I'm personally pretty excited to see what she's going to bring to the table and what Neon Dawn is going to do when it's released, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Is Aruni going to be somebody you love playing, or maybe somebody you hate playing against? Is she going to be the new Spawn Queen? I don't know. I think people are going to have a hard time resisting that, just for the fact that this is the first time there's going to be a marksman rifle on a defense side. Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and keep an eye out, because I'm going to be making a skyscraper video here really soon, going over all the changes and everything they've done, from the operators to the map. So either way, I hope you have a good one. Again, let me know your thoughts, and until then, I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. Talk to you later.